This video is part of a Google Form quiz that teachers can assign to their students for homework. After the students submit their answers, then they can play a video like this one to see the answer explained. We've made more than 100 quizzes as Google Forms with free access videos, which teachers are welcome to copy for free. To get access to these, please see the link in the description. If you've not already done so, we suggest that you watch the video that reviews question 2 and the video on line graphs before watching this video. This video is based on a question from an actual state exam. You may have one like this on your state exam. This is the same text, figures, and graph that we showed in the prior video on question 1. Please pause the video if you wish to read this text or study the images. Here's the text specific to question 3. Based on the data in graph 1, tab A, a student predicts that adding 35 milliliters of water would result in fewer than 5 seeds germinating. Which piece of evidence from graph 1, tab A, supports this prediction? Before we answer this question, let's study graph 1. This is a line graph. It summarizes the results from the experiment. In the experiment, the students added between 0 to 30 milliliters of water to each container. These are the 7 containers of soil that each have 10 kidney bean seeds. This is at the beginning of the experiment. Here are the 7 containers 1 week later. Although the question did not show us this picture, we know this is what the students saw because this is what the line graph shows us. The question says that a student predicts that adding 35 milliliters of water would result in fewer than 5 seeds germinating. As we learned in question 2 of this series, and also in the video on line graphs, this line has a downward trend. More specifically, as more than 20 milliliters of water is added to a container, there are fewer seedlings in that container a week later. We can also see this trend in the picture. As the amount of water went from 20 to 25 to 30 milliliters, the number of seedlings dropped from 7 to 6 to 5. Maybe too much water harms the seeds. To make a trend line, we need at least 2 points. In this case, we have 3 points. We use trend lines to help make predictions. In this case, we see the trend line is going down, so we would expect it to continue to go down for this part of the graph. Let's extend the graph so that there are 35 milliliters. We can draw this line a bit longer, and we'll see that for 35 milliliters, there would be only 4 seedlings. Now let's return to the question. Based on the data in graph 1, tab A, a student predicts that adding 35 milliliters of water would result in fewer than 5 seeds germinating. Which piece of evidence from graph 1, tab A, supports this prediction? Now we're ready to look at the option choices. Option A states, the number of germinated seeds is lowest with 0 milliliters of water. Although this statement is true, this statement does not support the prediction about what happens with 35 milliliters of water. This statement is focused on just 1 point. A trend line requires at least 2 points. So we are unable to make a prediction by just knowing how many seeds germinated with 0 milliliters of water. Choice A is wrong. Option B states, the number of germinated seeds is greatest with 20 milliliters of water. This statement is also true. The most germinated seeds is 7, and that happens with 20 milliliters of water. This statement is focused on just 1 point. A trend line requires at least 2 points. So we are unable to make a prediction by just knowing how many seeds germinated with 20 milliliters of water. Choice B is wrong. Option C states, the number of germinated seeds increased from 0 milliliters of water to 20 milliliters of water, and 7 seeds germinated with 20 milliliters of water. This statement describes 2 points, but those points are on the first part of the graph, which has an upward trend. The part that includes 35 milliliters of water will be on the second part of the graph, which has a downward trend. A trend line in the first part of this graph will not help us predict what happens in the second part of this graph, because the trend is going down rather than up in the second part of the graph. So this choice is wrong. The correct option is D, which states, the number of germinated seeds decreased from 20 milliliters of water to 30 milliliters of water, and 5 seeds germinated with 30 milliliters of water. This statement is true, and this statement supports the prediction. That's because this statement focuses on the downward trend that happens after the seeds get more than 20 milliliters of water. This is the only option that focuses on the downward trend, so this observation can help us with this prediction. Thanks for your attention.